I am Caroline Rena, and today's poem talks back again with. I'm going to continue this for a while because I have quite a bit of poems to share with you. So today's poem talk is about awareness, and awareness is something that I have been in search of my entire life because I've always felt like I was in this like hole. Almost like a tube in the earth. So it was a dirt hole. And it was like my head was tilted back and it was filled with water, and the water would just lap up to my mouth. And it was the weirdest, for many years, it was the weirdest feeling because it was like, I never could, even though I was aware of certain things in my life, because, sharing on the last video about being a highly sensitive person, and the discoveries of that, which I need to explain. Being a highly sensitive person relates to being empathic, being an empath, being able to feel other people's feelings, being able to, feel the pain of people, being able to feel the emotions and pain, well, emotions of people, even the pain of animals, or even materials that are, rough, or certain texture on the body even feels uncomfortable. So as a highly sensitive person, I've always felt like there was something wrong with me, because I was always told that I was too emotional, or that I was too dramatic, and all these things were happening. And so I had I had awareness of the world, like this, um, feeling awareness of the world. I don't know how to explain it. But I never really had an awareness of myself. And I had learned about being highly sensitive a long time ago. I mean, it might've been about 10 years ago. And then mentioning in the last, and keep this in mind too, I'm also recording ahead, so I'm not sure timing wise. I'm just giving you, dates. Doesn't matter. We're in the moment, so time's irrelevant. But anyway, it's like discovering who I am as a highly sensitive person and being able to love myself as that highly sensitive person. I just finding out about that, or re-finding out about that a few days ago, and really accepting that about myself has brought out a bigger awareness of who I am in this life, and my connection to source, to God, to higher power, creator. I mean, to me, it's just this, for me, it's like an internal, it's all here and there and everywhere. And so are you. And I just learned a really cool word yesterday, and I wanted to share that word. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can find it. And that word was sawubona. I'm not sure I pronounced that right, but it's almost like namaste, where in the African language, that African language, I don't know if it's South Africa or where exactly, but it's like, we see the divine in you as in me. And if anybody ever says that to you, you can say yabu sawubona, and that's recognition. That's like, it's almost like a namaste. If somebody says namaste to you, it's the same. What I see in you, I see in me. It's all generally the same thing. So it creates a oneness. It creates a peace, a level of peace. And that's what my goal is peace inside of here, and to just, provide this space of peace with others. And because we need it. I mean, we've been going through a lot of stuff lately, and life isn't peaceful most of the time, and for most of us. And it's like we're always doing, and we're never being, and we're never, staying in the moment. And so anyway, being in the moment provides us this awareness. So last year, again, on July 25th. So this is about a week away from my birthday. I'm starting to get a little more, because I was about to turn 57, and I'm starting to get a little more deep, and figuring out who I am. And this is what came from that morning. And it was interesting because starting on this date, I think I skipped a few days in between doing poems, and then all of a sudden all these poems just started coming daily, daily, daily. I can't remember for how long, probably a couple months. Every morning when I got up, and I would just type them out, type them out, type them out. And I would share them. I have them on my blog, but I'm resharing them because I don't know who's seen them, and I really wanted to talk about what they were and how the influence of these poems for me on my healing is similar, I'm finding, to a lot of people, because I'm getting people reaching out and they're saying, wow, this really feels, I feel connected, and whatever, these are really great. And so I'm like, okay, so I guess I need to keep going. So anyway, so this poem is called Awareness, and here we go. Beliefs, habits, traumas, wounds, all locked up in the body, feeling as though I will never have a break from the pain. But wait, there is a knowledge here that not many are aware of. Most don't know that conditioning, teaching, and trauma as children lock in these wounds into our physical body. The sensations can be overpowering, especially if the wound is big. Walking through this, I am being made aware the truth is inside. The lies are in there too, being told and taught things that damage our little child hearts, walking through a pain when we are little, don't even know or realize what is happening to us. As little children, we don't always know what the truth is that is happening around us and in us, because we don't know how. And we don't know until about the age of 25 to 27. 27, the year I realized something was up with me and had no clue what direction to take. Being a 27-year-old mother, coming into my adulthood and having a 3-year-old, I barely understood myself or what was going on around me. Knowing something deep was running my life and not having a clue what was happening. Just knew I had to deal with things the best I could with no one to help me or show me how. It had always been like that, so I was used to learning things on my own. The days of reckoning, of being shown what is really going on, who I am deep inside, into my truth, are here. The anguish that lies there has been far too scary. And the longer I do my healing work, the deeper I go. I go into the depths thinking I will never surface again. Yet when I do, the sun always shines again and things change for the better. Yes, the darkness is a scary place to be. The real closet, as a child, hiding out so no one can find me. And then there's the proverbial closet of isolation, still hiding, still hoping others will someday understand me. What makes me tick? Some days the unbearable pain, the unknown pain inside my body, not a physical pain, an emotional one. I sit with it. I walk through it. I allow it to hurt. I talk about it when I can, because that is how I find my answers on how to walk through it. Thank God for the close friends I do have who will allow me to talk so I can find my way. I do. The light comes shining through for me, and then I am in a place where I am fully me, able to be there for others, stronger, more powerfully. I also know that because we are human, these things happen in cycles. More is surfacing, and I see things differently because I am at a different part of my journey. like reading a book 2 or 3 times and finding new information each new time. That is what is happening for me. I am the book. This is the chapter. I continue every moment to rewrite my life, dying to the old me, the lies I was told, the beliefs I had, the traumas that occurred, being born into a new me and a new awareness of who I truly am. Wow. This is interesting, because what's happening here is that, I recognize the fact that I've been pretty alone in my life. And it's actually, now that I'm seeing it from almost a year later, from a different perspective, it's showing me, it's giving me an opportunity for this connection with my soul, with myself, with my inner source, my source. And those days, like I said, less than a year ago, and similar things are coming up for me today. And the more they come up, the more aware I become. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you how incredible this feeling is, from walking through, like, all I ever knew was going into a complete, what they call in complex PTSD, like emotional flashback. Anytime an emotion like anger or sadness or fear or shame or any of those emotions came up for me, I would flash back and I would literally go into this major anxiety attack. Like I couldn't control anything in the space going around me. And, the person if I was with somebody in that space, I had to run away. I had to flee. So there's fight, flight, flee, and fawn. And most of the time I did the flight, flee, and fawn. So flight would be, for me, was like when I just couldn't control my environment and somebody was like, it felt like somebody was attacking me, because it reminded me of, situations when I was little where my mother would like scream at me or something, and it felt like that's what was happening again. So I would run. I would go to my car and take off and go take a drive for miles and miles and hours just to come back down again. The flight. I would get so distraught that I would start cleaning the house, or like I was a mad woman or something. They look at that as this obsessive compulsive thing, with having a flashback, or a response, a stress response to something. And then there was the fawn, where I would just like, okay, you win, I'll let you win. And I never had this power over myself, and I felt powerless within me, but I also felt powerless with everyone I was with. And it sucked. And, just seeing these differences over this past year is like, I can't even describe it. It's like, I'm not the same person I was. I'm not me, but I'm not that scared little girl anymore. I'm finding this woman who's not afraid to step out and read her poems for the first time ever. I know I have more than just these poems. In the last year, I probably have over 300 poems, maybe. I don't know. I started, like I said, once before, I started when I was in high school writing poems. So I think I was about 16 or 17. So that was 40 years ago. And it came and went. I didn't always write, but I wrote a lot of poems. And the ones at first, you could see the progress. You could see where I was stuck in, desperately needing somebody in my life, to now where I'm starting to see that I have me, and I'm not afraid to have me, and be my own best friend. And, it's just an incredible journey. And yeah, it's taken a long time. And yeah, I'm grateful for it. And yeah, I'm also grateful for the tools that I have to help me keep going, because I'm human. And, little by little, these reactive responses to any kind of chaotic thing that comes up in life, which it will, I have tools now, and these tools help me to bring me back down, and there's tools like breathing and gratitude and oh my gosh, I think I have a list of about 30 tools in my toolbox that I use when I need them. So anyway, I really thank you for being here. I hope that these poems are connecting with you and that you're finding some peace or solace, that you're not alone in what you're going through. And I just want to say how much I appreciate this, and I think that's about it. So thank you for being here in this moment with me on Poem Talks. All right, hope you have a wonderful day.